Are you preparing for the AAPC CPC exam? Organizing your medical coding manuals can make a significant difference. Let's explore how to prep them effectively. When using coding manuals, it's important to include concise notes. These notes should relate to your coding practices. Remember, no long passages are allowed. Only handwritten notes relevant to your daily coding can be added. You can use the AMA's CPT Professional Edition, ICD-10 CM, and HCPCS Level 2 manuals. Always use the current year's editions for the best accuracy. Only one copy of each book is allowed. Next, let's look at some tips for taking notes. Circle category codes in the same group heading. A parent code with a child and add-on codes as appropriate. Highlight the differences between codes in the same category groupings. Make a note of a page or a guideline where a resource can be located in the manual pertaining to those codes in the manual. Make notes for things you want to remember or struggle with next to the codes they pertain to. The more you know your manuals, the better you can manage your time on exam day. You can insert tabs into your codebooks to help you locate information effortlessly. This makes it easier to find codes and instructions on examination day. Understanding CPT coding basics is crucial. Know the manual structure and coding guidelines for efficient usage. Familiarize yourself with commonly used modifiers, as they can affect payments and reimbursements. Surgical procedure rules should be clear in your manuals. Understand global surgery periods and when to use unlisted procedure codes. This knowledge ensures correct coding practices. For evaluation and management, know the guidelines for documentation. Key components must be emphasized for selecting the right service level. Time-based coding should be documented accurately, focusing on medical necessity. Anesthesia services also require familiarity with coding guidelines and circumstances. Make sure to understand modifiers that reflect complexities in anesthesia services. Another aspect is ICD-10 CM documentation. Always code to the highest specificity. Know how to apply seventh characters and interpret excludes notes correctly. For CPT coding, Section 1. Explanation of sections, evaluation and management, anesthesia, surgery, etc. And their organization. Importance of knowing where to find specific codes quickly. Coding guidelines. Overview of general coding guidelines applicable to all sections. Emphasis on adherence to official instructions and conventions. Modifiers. Commonly used modifiers and their significance in altering payment and reimbursement. Examples of when to use modifiers, e.g., AAPC 2559, and how to correctly apply them. Section 2. Surgical procedures. Global surgery rules. Explanation of global periods. Preoperative, intraoperative, postoperative. How to correctly code for services during the global period. Unlisted procedures. Guidance on using unlisted procedure codes, e.g., 29999 when specific codes are not available. Documentation requirements for using unlisted codes. Surgical packages. Understanding what is included in surgical packages and when separate billing is appropriate. Examples and scenarios to illustrate correct coding practices. Section 3. Evaluation and Management, EM, Services. EM Documentation Guidelines. Key components of EM services. History, examination, medical decision-making, tips on how to select the appropriate level of service based on documentation. Time-based coding. When and how to use time-based coding for EM services. Documentation requirements for time-based coding scenarios. Medical necessity. Importance of documenting medical necessity for EM services. Examples of supporting documentation for different levels of service. Section 4. Anesthesia services. Anesthesia coding guidelines. Overview of base units, time units, and modifiers specific to anesthesia services. Examples of how to calculate anesthesia services based on time and complexity. Qualifying circumstances. Explanation of anesthesia services involving unusual or complex circumstances. Modifiers 23, 47, etc. Documentation requirements for qualifying circumstances. When it comes to HCPCS Level 2, emphasize documentation requirements for equipment and supplies. Understand billing requirements and coverage issues related to Medicare and Medicaid. To sum it up, clarity in your manuals will empower you for the CPC exam. Incorporate detailed notes, organized tabs, and summaries of key guidelines. For more resources, check out the Ultimate Guide to AAPC CPC Certification, Tips to Pass the CPC Exam, and more. Good luck with your exam preparation. Start organizing your manuals today and maximize your learning potential.